Hi, I'm Andrew Klavan, here to pack another 3 minutes of your time with information and insight, or just help you get out of work for a while. And sitting across from me is cultural juggernaut Bill Whittle, the man who puts the con in conservative, and also the wit in whittle. As always, we've perused the comments section for the most penetrating and incisive questions. If you'd like to ask us a question, become a PJTV subscriber or a friend of PJTV on Facebook. Today's question comes from Michael Banis, a PJTV Facebook fan, who asks, how is the Obama administration changing America and life as we now know it? Bill, you probably don't have much to say on that, but give it a whack. Go ahead.
First of all, I'd like to just straighten out the record. I put the serve in conservative.
Because I'm glad to hear that. Okay.
I think the short answer is he is changing it profoundly and subtly. And I think if you look at all of the policies that disturb people, if you're trying to figure out what do all these things have in common, I think it's absolutely indisputable that the one thing that all of the changes that Barack Obama and the Democrats are trying to make in America is every single one of them, intentionally or not, ends up making people more dependent on the government, especially the federal government. Everything is about a centralization of power in Washington and expanding that Washington power over more and more people and over more and more aspects of their lives. The healthcare thing is obviously the most egregious case, but nationalizing General Motors, I mean, General Motors was the jewel in the crown of America's industrial power. It's now a government entity, essentially, for all intents and purposes, basically handed it to his union guys to help him get elected, right? So what's happening in America today is that the president and the Democrats are using the refrain that was used with the Romans, probably with the Babylonians, right? It's for the good of the poor, it's for the good of the sick, it's for the good of the weak. Let us take a little more power, let us take a little more of your money, and we're going to go out and help those people. But not only do they not help those people, they make those people more dependent, but every single election, the tendrils of the government control gets more and more into your lives in ways that our founders would have been horrified at and certainly would have gone to war over.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And I mean, you know, one of the reasons, we've talked about this before, one of the reasons it's sometimes hard to explain the conservative point of view over the liberal point of view is that moral hazard is a difficult thing to explain to people. It's something that doesn't take place right away. It takes place over time. When they say that your child can be on your health care plan until he's 26, you know, you think, why on earth should a child be dependent on his parents' health care plan to 26? But there are other people who are saying, oh no, that's a goodie, I want it, give it to me. And so it's hard to tell people what's going to happen to them in time and in the next generation. I'm a little more hopeful than you, I think. I think that some of this stuff is going to be pushed back. I think a lot of it is going to be pushed back.
I'm hopeful too. Well, first of all, I'm hopeful because it can't be continued. Everybody knows it can't be continued simply because it can't be paid for. So it's not going to happen one way or another. And you make an interesting point. Why would your child be on your health care plan until he's 26? Because whether it's intentional or not, 26-year-olds today are children. No one's growing up today.
Right.
No one. There are no adults left. The last adults went ashore in Normandy and Iwo Jima, right? We have been progressively more adolescent. We've been progressively more told we can have everything we want without consequences and without even paying for it. We'll pay for it later. So this idea that 26-year-olds can be considered children still on your health care plan is exactly what this big government wants. Right. They want a nation of children who are dependent on them, because if we're dependent on them, then they get to rule our lives. And that's what drives people that goes into politics.
Yeah, you know, I told my children when they moved out that I was going to move and change my address and just give them a box where they could send money. That's all we have time for today. Let us know what questions you'd like answered in the comments section below. For Bill Whittle and PJTV, I'm Andrew Klavan. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.